Okay, welcome to part 2 of this basic tutorial. The next trick I want to talk about is off the head. A lot of people like off the head. A lot of kids like off the head. It's a pretty cool trick to do. Basically, all you got to do is just throw one up a little higher, push your head into it, let it bounce off your head, and just catch it and go back into the cascade. So something like this. Depending on how high you want to throw it, if you want to try to get the top of your head, or so on and so forth. But it's not too hard to do. It's just like that. And of course, you can try to incorporate that into different parts of your body, whatever. But a lot of people like it, so that's a cool trick. If you want to take that a step further, there's something known as a head stall, which I tried to show you a little bit of before. And it looks something like this. And to do that one, you just throw one up high, take your right hand while you have that break of time, set it on top of your head, just let it roll down to your hand and continue the pattern. This one's a lot harder to get down, but once you do, it's pretty cool. So there's some body throws for you. And of course all the other throws and tricks you can do with the overthrow. So what other basic tricks are there? Pretty cool. Well, I can introduce you into the 1-up, 2-up family. 1-up, 2-up basically takes two balls and you throw them in the same hand at the same time. This is known as columns, 1-up, 2-up columns. And then you have your fountain throws. And then you have your reverse fountain throws. It's very important to get all these down. It's not too difficult, but to do the column one, you just throw one up and throw the other one up next to it and just keep going back and forth. It's pretty self-explanatory. To do the fountain one, which is the same thing you do with a 4-ball fountain, you basically just throw one up and then throw the other one up, catch, and just work your way up until you can continue doing it. A lot of people think you throw in front. That's not correct. And I'll show you the best reason why that's not correct. Think about doing that in reverse. You would throw the ball towards you, and eventually you'd smack yourself in the face if you weren't careful enough. It feels pretty mentally challenged. So that's obviously why you would not do it like that. Plus it wouldn't make more sense anyways. I guess it would be kind of cool, but whatever. You're throwing it on the sides. So just practice throwing it in a circle on the sides. But mainly for these 1-up, 2-up tricks I'm going to show you right now, all you're going to need to know is columns. So try to practice this with both hands. When you get that down, the very first trick is known as 1-up, 2-up. You throw one up in the middle and you throw the two up on the sides at the same exact time. Try to keep them at the same height. Some people call this columns, some people call it 2-up, 1-up. I call it 1-up, 2-up. But yeah, same hand in the middle, throwing up and down, is what you do when you first start out. When you get a little better at it with both hands, the real way to do it is to alternate in the middle, like this. And that's 1-up, 2-up. The way to get into that from the cascade is just simply to throw one up in the middle and then throw up and two up on the side. You can do that from any hand. Just go into it. So there's a pretty cool trick. Definitely, it's a really cool trick. A lot of people like that because you're throwing up in straight columns instead of crossing. So it's definitely a different pattern break that people are like, wow. So that's pretty cool. And you can take that trick to the next level. You can do stuff like this, which we were doing in Around the World video. And basically to do that, it's just doing 2 in one hand and crossing over. 1, 2, 1, 2. You just keep crossing back. Throw up on the side, and throw up in the middle, and then catch with the other hand, and just continue going back and forth. So it's just boom, 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 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and continue. That's something you can do with it. Another thing you can do with it, when you get more better at this, you can go from this, you can catch one of the balls and follow the outside ball on the other side. This is known as a fake. And you can try practicing this on the other side as well. It's a pretty cool trick. A lot of people are like, whoa. And of course, you can alternate back and forth when you get good at this. Kind of looks like you're dancing a little bit. but it's a pretty cool thing you can do. You can also take that and go above the inside ball, and this is called the yo-yo, so it looks like it's attached. And you can also go into oi-oi when you go underneath. Sorry, I don't really do this one though. But you got the oi-oi like that. And there's different things you can do with that. Some variations of 1-up, 2-up is from doing this. You can take the two outside balls, you can throw them and cross them in the middle of the air. To do that, to start out with, just take two balls and try throwing one up higher than the other. And just get that down. Once you got that down, go back into your 1-up, 2-up, and at any point, cross the two. And a lot of people will be surprised. It's a really cool thing you can do to change it up. Just keep going with the 1-up, 2-up. Another thing you can do with 1-up, 2-up is you can actually take advantage of these other sides. Some people think you only have the 3 lines. Oh no. You can also go on the 2 outside lines. And what I mean by that is, wow, I keep dropping the ball. What I mean by that is you can actually throw out there, and you can do like an M pattern like this. So technically there's 5 and not 3. You can also do a W underneath. And you can even go more advanced. This is pretty hard, but you can do tennis. 1-up, 2-up tennis. And you can also take it and do reverse infinity, which is just going up and through. Or you can do the opposite way, which is normal infinity. And there's just some cool little variations of 1-up, 2-up. So yeah, there's that. If you're wondering about any other tricks, I'll teach one more trick. It's not very, very basic, but it's a cool trick. A lot of people love it when I do it. It's the only reason why I'm going to show you, because you said you want a lot of cool tricks that people like. So this trick is known as the factory. It looks something like this. Okay? And you're probably wondering how you do that. Well, it takes the fake and just takes that to another level. The best way to learn this is to start with 2 balls. What you're going to do is you're going to throw one up with your right hand or your dominant hand if you're left-handed. And as it's coming back down, you're going to raise this up as if you're doing fake. You pretend there's a ball out here, but there really isn't. So as if you're doing fake. Up, coming down, you move this one up, right? So it's just like that. And at that moment, you just come over and drop it. So it's boom, boom, over, drop. And as you drop it, you throw this one back up. So it's boom, over, drop, up. Boom, over, drop. Up, over, drop. Just like that. Sit here and practice this for a little while. I learned this technique from Juggling Tricks, Steve, the Go-Heads. Any name you want to go by with him. He's an awesome guy. Very good juggler. But yes, this is his technique for learning this trick, and it works. So just practice this for a while. If you want to practice it with both hands, do it. When you got that down, try it with 3 balls. You're just going to start with fake, and then try it. Boom, over, drop, catch, over, drop, catch. Okay? And if you can't keep it going, again, just do the build-up. Try 1, go back into juggling, or try 1 and go back into fake. Try 2 and go back into fake, and just build it up until eventually you can keep going. You're going to see that the balls change. They change position every time as you watch the yellow ball move down the assembly line. This is known as the factory, the machine, and whatever else people like to call it. Very cool trick. One thing you can do to make it even cooler is alternate. Start from one side, grab it and go right into the other side, and go back and forth that way. It's a cool little look.